but drinks contaminated water at home will likely fall sick and miss school, negating the benefits. Focus on hardware and software. There is often a tendency to focus on visible capital projects, hardware, like constructing new health centers or ECD classrooms. However, this is often not matched by recurrent funding for the software, that is the trained teachers, health workers, essential medicines, and learning materials that make the buildings functional. This leads to well-built but under-resourced and underutilized facilities. Thirdly, inefficient targeting. Social spending is not always laser-focused on the most vulnerable. Universal subsidy or bursary programs can be captured by the less needy, while the households facing multiple deprivations remain unreached. Without precise data on who and where the most deprived children are, resources are spread too thinly to make a population growth and external shocks. In some cases, population growth may outpace the increase in spending, meaning the pre-child investment remains stagnant. Furthermore, external shocks like floods, a major issue in Kisumu, drought, or economic inflation can quickly reverse any gains made, pushing families back into poverty. There is some competitive voice coming from there. I don't know who it is. Can somebody switch off that radio? Somebody's giving a side lecture over there. Now, we should adopt an integrated service delivery model. Instead of departments working in silos, we must implement a convergent approach. This means different sectors coordinate to deliver a package of services to the most vulnerable households simultaneously. In Kisumu, we have piloted this coordinated budgeting approach where we encourage interdepartmental activities. For example, our Department of Agriculture is working with our ECD schools to implement agricultural practices that are exciting to children, like conical and kitchen gardens. These gardens, besides providing the schools with nutritious foods for the learners, also help to introduce them to agriculture. Likewise, the Department of Water is also obligated to bring water supply to the schools to improve sanitation and also to be used to irrigate the gardens. The community health promoters, agricultural extension officers, and social protection officers also work together in the communities to identify the most deprived households and work together to ensure the children are immunized and attending health checks. The family has access to clean water and receives climate-smart agricultural support. This creates a ring of protection around the child. 2, prioritize investment in the software. A functional facility is better than a new non-functional one. Our budgeting must reflect this. In Kisumu, for every new ECD classroom built, the budget must automatically include provision for a trained and salaried teacher and necessary learning materials. For every new health dispensary, there must be a guaranteed recurrent budget for a full stock of essential medicines and qualified personnel. This means prioritizing recurrent expenditure for service delivery over excessive new capital projects. And now with FIF, we find that commodity supplies to health facilities is sustained. Thirdly, focus on household economic strengthening. Social protection should be a springboard, not a permanent safety net. In Kisumu, we have since learned that freebies are not sustainable. In agriculture, we have introduced a subsidy funding model for inputs. We have partnered with Equity Bank for a subsidy wallet whereby farmers are linked to registered stores for various inputs. With their wallets, they pay a percentage of their needs, and the county government supplements a percentage directly to the store through the bank. This encourages ownership and commitment on the part of the farmer. This builds families' economic resilience, empowering them to eventually pay for services themselves and graduate out of poverty. Having shared my thoughts, allow me to resume my seat briefly and be enriched by a contribution from the great professionals who are here to share their insights on this and related subjects. But that will be very brief. However, as I mentioned in my opening, the bodies from that accident are being removed today from the morgue, and as the governor, I want to share the moment with the families at the mortuary, which will be taking place at around 11:30. I will then have to excuse myself before the conclusion of this discussion to be in Kisumu in time for that solemn moment. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you a very fruitful deliberations, and I wish you a very happy stay in Mutembei, the county of endless potential. Asanteni sana, Mungu wabariki.
Thank you so much. Let's give him another round of applause, Your Excellency, for